There's Paddy. It's a May morning. It's a May the 7th, I think, today. May the 7th. It's a nice spring morning. Dandelions and buttercups. Dandelions are just finishing. They're going to seed, and all the buttercups are coming up now. Lovely day. Blue skies. I went by the river. I haven't been down by the river lately. I'm going other places. Lovely carried parsley is coming up. There's the river meandering down there, around the bend. Murphy is right over there in the field, trying to find a stick that I threw in there a while ago. I'll keep looking. Come on then, let's walk on. Murphy will just have to catch up. Yeah, it's a lovely time of year this, but it's also kind of a sad time of year for me. Well, on April the 28th is the anniversary of my brother's death. He was killed in a tragic accident. And on May the 1st, which was a Monday just gone, it's the anniversary of my son's death. He died in 2013, the age of 23. He had a genetic illness, condition, and finally died from it. Anyway, yeah, it's a sad time of year. There's also a couple of friends back in the day that died around this time of year, sort of April, May. Here comes Murphy. So yeah, I remember there's Murphy. Doesn't matter about the stick, my boy. We can always find another one, can't we? Eh? It's not like they're a rarity, mate. Wasn't that special a stick, was it? Let's go over the bridge. Good boys. Yeah, so this time of year, I love spring. I love all the new growth. But it's also a time, as I said, I remember this time last year, well, not this time last year, sorry, this time 13 years ago. Oh God, what was it? No, sorry, 10 years ago, 2013. This week was a terrible week. And while the birds sang, the spring flowers came out. Signs of life were everywhere. It all seemed surreal. It all seemed surreal that my son had gone. Just gone, just like that. And back all that time ago, when my brother was killed, same feeling, springtime. So within a matter of days, I mean many years apart, but within a matter of days, it's the anniversary of a couple of days, the anniversary of their deaths. Sorry for mumbling. So yeah, when all this life come into bloom, especially back when it happened, I was thinking, how can life be carrying on? How can life just carry on? How can the birds still be singing? How can the flowers still be flowering? Etc. You know, all this new life, how can it? When my son's life had gone and my brother's life had gone this time of year. I used to think like that. But now I know, obviously, life just goes on. Life just goes on. comes and goes. So we got to make the most of it while we're here. And I got to enjoy days like this, remember days like this, because there'll be one day when this sort of a day will just be another memory. I won't be able to experience it again. And my boys, my dogs. Come on, Murphy. Yeah. I didn't realise how important they are to me, do you, mate? Eh? How important you are to my life. And then my other past dogs also. That was great memories. I always feel so sort of, I can't find the words. When I'm with my dogs, when I'm out in nature, I'm free of the burden of all the other crap in life. Look over there, there's a heron. I suppose you can see it zoomed in. He's perched there, a heron. Perched there on a dead old tree that's fallen in the river. Just waiting to see some fish. Anyway, I don't know why I thought I'd start the filming and do this. It's just that the way I felt at the moment. In the moment. Oh, there's a guy coming up here now with a golden retriever. That's quite reactive. It's very unusual for a golden retriever to be aggressive, but this one is. A couple of gooseanders over there. Oh well, we'll go past. So I'll just keep walking. Hi mate. Oh boy. It's a shame when people can't let their dogs off the leads because they just don't know how to behave around other people and other dogs. Shame. They're missing out, aren't they? The owner's missing out and the dog's missing out. Still, he's getting out and about, having a walk with his dog. Whether his character's like that or not, he's still with his buddy in some shape or form. That's what dogs are, really. They're like a special friend. They sort of kind of touch you in a way that people can't, you know? And they really are your best buddy. And if you're lucky to have people that you consider your best buddy, really truly a friend, you're very lucky. I've got friends, but I haven't got real friends, you know? And I'm sorry to say that if they heard me saying this, but I have friends and acquaintances and customers, but I spend a lot of my time, as much as I can, just doing my own thing like this. I'm not miserable, I'm not sad, although I might sound it. It's the way I deal with life. We're all different. I'm fine, as long as no one gives me any crap unnecessarily. That's what you find with a lot of people. So yeah. What's going on with these two dogs? There's Puddy and there's Murphy down the bottom. On my own, got a stick to throw, mate. I wish I could find one. Have you not got a stick? Because you could have a nice swim there. It's a good spot, isn't it? It's one of your spots to swim. Oh, any dead wood anywhere? Branches broken. Typical. Nah. Oh, Murph, why don't you find a good stick? Eh? I don't want to clamber down the bank. It's a bit wet. We've had a lot of rain recently. The ground's quite wet. So I don't want to go down them banks, slipping and sliding and ending up on my arse. Oh, the things I've got to do for you, Murphy. And there's me saying how great you are. Oh, that's the most pathetic stick I can find. Come on then. My enjoyment, the enjoyment I get is from seeing my dog's enjoyment of their life. I mean, earlier on they were just running around like maniacs and just so happy to be alive. Right then, Murphy, go and fetch a stick in the water. Good boy. Good swim, Murph. This way. Quick, 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 quick. Getting swiped sideways by the current. Good lad. Lost it now, haven't you? Come on then, let's go. Find it. Come on, Murph. Let's find another one. Oh, well, that hasn't worked out well, has it? Good boys. Oh, nice swill you've had there. Got some of the mud off. Till you pick up some more. I'm not very good with words. You know, I could think of something a bit more poetic to say as I'm walking along. But that's the trouble. My thoughts don't always come out of my mouth properly. I met a guy earlier on, and I've passed this guy loads and loads of times, and I recognised him. And he's a spitting image of a bloke I used to work with, an old guy called George. I used to work on the railways many years ago, and I was in a relaying gang. We used to relay tracks in South Wales and West Country. I was in a relaying gang to start with, and then I eventually things changed with British Rail. It privatised this and that, and different companies took over from year to year, and I the relaying gang ended up being disbanded, and we joined with the local maintenance gang where I live. Anyway, George retired from the railway. He was a lovely old bloke. He was a proper country guy. When he wasn't working on the railway, he was working on the farms and doing fencing. He was really tall. Oh, I don't know, 6'3", and he was built obviously like a brick shit house, and with hands like shovels. He was an ox of a man. It was great, and he took me under his wing when I joined the railways as a young skinny lad. I didn't really fit the mould, you know. It was all these big men, you know, and this young skinny young lad came on there and didn't really fit the mould. But anyway, it all worked out. Old George, he toughened me up. He really did. He used to have some wise things to say to me. Anyway, as I was saying, I met this guy today. It turns out I do recognise him, and I did know who he was. He's the son of George, old George. His name's Dave. Looks just like him. We had a nice chat. Funny enough, today is the day of old George's death, the anniversary of his death. And both me and Dave, who we just introduced to, both thought that was really weird that I stopped to talk to him on this day. And we had a chat about George. Funny things like that happen, isn't it? So yeah. So today, did I say death or birthday? Sorry. Today would have been George's birthday. He would be 96, old George. And yeah, and I met his son. I knew it was his son, I just had a feeling. He just looked so much like him. And his son's getting on a bit now as well. He walks his dog around this area, and I passed him, we have we say hello. I thought to myself, I'm going to have to say to him one day, are you George Hughes' son? And Dave Hughes, he's quite well known. He was back in the day around Hereford anyway. And also another guy we remembered, who I used to work with on the railway, John Ranson. He was a good lad, he was. I was only in my 20s, and he was about 34. He dropped dead. Sudden heart attack playing football on a football pitch. And all these connections around this time of year. Quite surreal. A few people going around canoeing on the river. Actually, they're one of them rafts. One of them raft things they bought. It was the coronation of the King yesterday. King Charles. Anyway, this old dead tree. Used to get cormorants sat on this tree, this dead tree. It's a good vantage point for them. I haven't seen a cormorant around for a while. I think the fish are suffering in this river because this poor old river is in a bit of a mess. It's being heavily polluted by sewage companies, but heavily polluted in this area from agriculture, namely chicken farms. There's a lot of chicken farms along the River Wye, all the way up into Wales and all the way down. And yeah, so it's not in a very good state, but they've been trying to do things. They're trying to do things about it, but certainly because of local citizen science. That it's only because of local citizen science that it's been brought to attention, and it's made local news and Houses of Parliament. They've got to do something about it. Right. Trust me, I am enjoying myself today, this morning. Might not sound like it, but I am. And I'm going to call it a day now. And enjoy the rest of my walk. Anyway, you can give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, I don't really care. So anyway, if you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up, maybe give me a subscription, I'm not really bothered. Anyway, bye for now, enjoy your life, make the most of it while you can. See ya.